weed, wicked weed, heavy from the devil's seed. Hey, everyone, yes, it's another Twice Baked episode. It could be our last. Maybe. Never know with Charles Band. But according to recent releases, the latest Evil Bong film has dropped, Evil Bong Infinity High, Evil Bong 8, and supposedly it is the last chapter in the Infinity Bong series, though we know that, especially when Mr. Charles Band is involved, it may never be the exact last chapter. I'm sure Eebee will be showing up elsewhere. But in this one, we get the story of Rabbit being played once again by Sonny Carl Davis. The lecherous, smoking and getting high Rabbit is trying to go legit by raising. He got enough money from an inheritance to open his own cafe, and he hires a couple waitresses, and soon hires a individual who's in desperate need of a job, Thomasina Atkins, or Tom Atkins as she likes to be called, played by Diana Prince. And so he hires her as the hostess, and so on his opening night he's trying to be legit and make the best of it without rocking the ganj. But as luck would have it, they forgot to order ingredients for the food for the evening, so they only have beans and weenies. But of course, Eebee puts her own spin on it and helps with a little bit of weed, and soon everybody's coming to the cafe in the evening and having a wild time, ripping off their tops and just having a blast, while Rabbit is really trying to control himself and failing miserably, and Eebee is still trying to figure out how to take over the world. It's only an hour long, and it has more beats similar to Evil Bong 420 in that that was an hour long as well, and there you had Rabbit owning a bowling alley. And this one really hits a number of beats, though it doesn't have quite as much offensive jokes as the 420 does. So I do give them props there. Again, with this property, it is the cast of characters from the Full Moon stable, though more recent films. We get our rednecks in here. We get a group of influencers who I don't think have been in a Charles Band film before, but they are the three that first show up, get high, and rip off their tops, and pretty much stay topless the rest of the show. We do get the very talented Robin Sidney as Kendra and Cody Renee Cameron playing Barbie. They are the two highlights of this film. I really enjoy the Kendra and Barbie characters. I've only seen the one film, which the COVID zombies, and that was very entertaining. I got to check out the other two Kendra and Barbie movies, because those two characters I can get behind. They're acting, they're playing characters, they're fun, they're interesting, and they're just a great chemistry and spirit between these two actresses playing these characters, and I really appreciate it. And Michelle May's coming back once again as the voice of Eebee. How can you not like Eebee? I would just love a movie just about Eebee sitting there on the street, just insulting people and taking over people's minds. I have always loved this character, and if nothing else, we do get her in here, though we don't get a whole lot of her. Larnell does make an appearance as well, but it wasn't quite the No Way Home of the Charles Band Evil Bong universe I was hoping for, in that we don't get that many more returning actors from the original Big Evil Bong series at all. Though at the very end, we do get the appearance of Ginger Dead Man and the Ginger Weed Man at one point. It's ridiculous. It's hard to say who this film is actually for, and in the end of it, you're like, well, it was only not quite an hour. There are some entertaining bits in here, but there are a lot of bits as well that might make you struggle to get through it. If you're a fan of the Charles Band films, especially the most recent Full Moon movies and the streaming service, you're probably going to have a lot more fun with this movie than if you aren't quite familiar with his work, or have not been watching the other Evil Bong films, or subscribe to the streaming channel. of Full Moon. I think it's made for that type of audience, and that's the one that it's going to appeal to the most. So Evil Bong Infinity High, I was kind of hoping it was going to go out strong. Evil Bong 777 was better, I thought, and I thought they were back on the right track, but this almost feels like they were just going to play it off and trying to bookend it just to get it out of the way. Though I think there's an interesting concept in here of Rabbit having a cafe that would bring about people and casts from other Full Moon films and do like a half hour or something or other. I'm not sure, but there you have it, folks. Evil Bong 888, Evil Bong Infinity High, putting a stake in our what could be the last Twice Baked review. I thank you so much for watching. Please check out our podcast that I was a special guest on, Mr. Ian Simmons, Kicking the Seat. We did a full, almost hour discussion breaking down this movie and its elements. We're going to spoil it, so just warn yourself in case, you want to be surprised by this movie. You may want to watch it first, but yes, you want to check it out on kickseat.com. Kicking the Seat YouTube channel. The podcast will be there as well, where we go in depth once again with an Evil Bong film, as we have for the last, 4 of them. So, thank you so much for listening to me ramble. I appreciate every single one of you, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub. Weed, weed, wicked weed, heavy from the devil's seed. You're fiending for it every day. You know I love that Mary Jane.